Hi, I'm Sarah, and today we're going to do a really small, nice and little mini 8-inch by 8-inch canvas. It's going to be a ring pour today, and if you don't know what that is, I'll show you in a second. And the reason I'm pouring on turquoise paint here is because we're going to need a base color on it as usual. I have a lot of turquoise made up here, but I know that I don't want to put a huge amount of turquoise into the cup that I'm going to be pouring out of. So I'm just trying to use up a bit of that here as the base. And so this ring pour that we're going to do consists of me having a paper cup there, and you'll see that in a second. And I'm pouring in multiple colors down the same side into the same cup and different layers. And you'll see that here now. So here I'm taking graphite and I'm pouring that into the paper cup that I have. And next then I'm taking the next color. So you can see here I'm pouring white then in on top of that, directly on top of it. And because this canvas is a small one, I'm pouring in small amounts of paints because I don't need that much paint to come out to cover this canvas. Next then is turquoise. Then I'm layering graphite in on top of that again. And this is just continuing, layering, 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 layering. And the reason I'm just doing small amounts of paint rather than pouring in thicker layers is, and you'll see this in a minute, when I pour this paint out onto the canvas, we want there to be different patterns of the paint to come out. Whereas if I put lots of one color in at a time, I wouldn't get the effect or the pattern that you're going to see. So that's why I'm putting in at each time just a little bit of the new color. And I am filling up this cup entirely. I think it's about a 200 milliliter cup. And we want to have more of a base on our canvas as usual. So I'm just pouring on the rest of the white there. So now I've pinched the cup. As you can see, that's why it's best to use a paper cup. I'm just very gently moving the cup back and forth. And you see all the different patterns, the different colors that are flowing out. That's because we put the little amount of paint in when we were layering. And as you can see, that happened really fast. And to stop it, I go slower then and make it a circular motion then. And I'm going to try to catch the last bit of paint that's going to run out before I take the cup away from the canvas because I don't want it to drip. You'll see that then in the canvas, and I didn't want that. And now I'm going to fix that little dot that you see that I left. Just going to take my palette knife and I'm just running that dot kind of seamlessly into the pattern that you already see. And before we tilt, I am going to fully cover those corners there so there won't be any resistance when I'm tilting the paint. Because that's what I'm going to do next. You see, it reminds me of a tree trunk. It's very beautiful. And now I'm just gently, ever so gently, tilting this around. And I'm trying to keep that kind of center circle in the middle with the turquoise bands you can see. I'm trying to keep that kind of center to this painting. So that's why I'm tilting it ever so slowly, but I am also trying to get it to run over the four corners there. And once it has kind of hooked over the corner, I'm happy to tilt it back. And ta-da! It's beautiful. I did not expect it to turn out as nice as it did, but I'm very glad. Yeah. And that's kind of what the whole painting process is all about. Whatever's happening that day or that week, whatever is happening, whatever's going on. and you paint and it turns out nicely and life just feels great. Again, a lot of canvases recently have been colours, schemes that I'm not very comfortable using, and this was one of them with the turquoise and the white and the graphite. It's quite cold. Normally I prefer warmer kind of palette tones, warmer tones, especially when it comes to blue. And now I'm just popping more of that same paint onto the edges, just making sure it's fully covered, and then I'm happy with it. And yeah, this sums up the painting now at this point. No spinning thing was used here, which is also nice to step away from a familiar technique. So I was very happy with how it came out. Ta-da! It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, very happy with it. This is just a detailed little shot of it. Here is the painting finalized and complete. Thank you very much for watching and for your support. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you again next week. Bye.